Okay, here's the furnace area. You can see the piping that was done. This is the tape job that they did as far as the connections go. You can see here where it's buckling open already. There's heat escaping out of those areas. There's a side view. Again, you can see the workmanship here. This isn't even connected. Heat escaping out of there. Here's the piping that instead of moving this furnace flush and back with the wall here, they decided that they were just going to connect the furnace to the piping and the ductwork as well. None of this ductwork was moved or readjusted or fitted. This is the can of Besco soup that we needed to put on the back panel here in order to keep that thing from flapping up and down. Here's the hot air escaping from the back panel area. Standard index card. So that's how much heat is constantly blowing out every time this thing cycles. Again, none of the ductwork was taken care of. You have the rip here and the ductwork, and this metallic style ductwork. And this has been popping and blowing along the side here. That's all come up loose. Along with the back area. So here's all the ductwork. That they fitted the furnace to the ductwork and not the ductwork to the furnace. All of this needs to be repaired. You need to keep a block of wood here in order to keep this propped open, in order to keep this from overheating so that it doesn't cycle on a regular basis. Here we have that set. You can see here where we have the temperature held at. It was held at 75. The system's still cycling because it hasn't reached the heat level yet. We go into the room just adjacent from the thermostat. You can see the temperature reading here, which is at 64.9 degrees. This has not changed a bit because there is no heat coming into this room. You can see that it's open here. Very little air coming through here. It's blowing slightly. That should be blowing that thing far and above. I get air going through in the furnace room and nothing's coming through in here to any degree in order to heat the 2,000 square foot house, which they were well aware of when they came in to do this work. Okay, this is the before and after. This is the after of the work that was done here. See that the piping here was rerouted properly because the filter furnace is now flush against the wall like it's supposed to be. There's no escaping air. The ductwork has been connected properly. Whereas before I had air blowing through here. Nothing. 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 There's no air that's passing through there. None whatsoever. This room is cool. Instead of blistering hot due to wasp's nest, was it? no wasp nests here. Look at that. No air. No flapping. I can't even... Look at that. That's about as thin as that is in the back there. Continue out here. Now I can actually turn off my light. I have no can of soup to hold down any area there. There's no block of wood here. Let's go back over here. Does the temperature read? 74 degrees. And what are we holding the temperature at? 70 degrees. Which means we have at 70, and because it's running properly, our room temperature in our condo has remained at 74 degrees. Now going back into the adjacent room, looking at the thermostat here, we have that set at 70 degrees, and we are at 69.3 degrees in the room, whereas before we had it set at 74 degrees, and it was 64 degrees in the adjacent room. Let's look at airflow pressure. Airflow pressure coming out of the vent. As you can see, the vent is open. Here, before I was able to rest this with very little movement. There's a stronger flow here. Try and set this down on here. There's a highly improved ventilation coming through the vents here. We finally have the appropriate amount of air.